All right, this is another one of my little drive-by writing advice blogs, video blogs. This one, I actually got people calling me and asking me questions now, so I don't have to think of topics. I can clarify something, or I can what do you call it? Just go into some that I didn't answer before. So today's question was, how do I market my books? What about book marketing? And I actually feel like I covered this, but I didn't cover it directly. So here you go. Book marketing for me starts at the creation of the story. And that's not only book marketing, because this blog is about books, comic books, movies, television shows. So for me, marketing starts with the title of the story, which may come before the story or it may come after I think of the story. But in that process, I'm thinking of, how do I market it? How does it fit into the market? Is it something that there's a demand for, that I can supply it? Like, I want to do a Black Dragon story. I don't know any, so I want to do it because I think Black people like dragons, and Black people would like to see themselves in a story with dragons, whether it's a fairy tale or it's a sci-fi story, like my favorite one, Reign of Fire. So you have Reign of Fire and you have Game of Thrones. Got some good dragons in both of them. So either way, now marketing, the next step is, and that's like, people don't consider thinking of your story as marketing. They think of, I got a story, how do I market it? Okay, fine, they'll take it to the next step. How do I market my stories after I've written them? Okay, because writing the story is, I don't really get into marketing there. I may think of a catchy line when I say my movies, or I may think I need to get that dragging scene in there, like in Quarantine, where the girl gets dragged off the screen. I want to put one of those type of scenes in there. Or I may think, I don't want to do that because it's been done already. So then that's also marketing, and that's during the writing process or the creation process. So post-creation, post-writing, where does marketing fit in? All right, well, of course you want to identify your genre. You want to have genre-specific marketing. So whatever it is, whether it's the back cover of your book, the synopsis of your film, your tagline, you want to go in and you want to know what it is. Is it a horror? Is it a sci-fi? Is it military sci-fi? Is it fantasy? Is it a drama? Is it a love story? Is it a mystery? All of those things, because all stories are stories. Genres and categories were created and are there for us to market our stories. Marketing is just another way to get the buyers or the consumers' interest in your product. So part of that is identifying your product. It is for boys, it is for girls, it is for horror films fans, it is a horror, it is a zombie story. It's not a love story set in a zombie world, because that's another type of story. So identifying your genre. Then you want to go, and this may become a real long blog, I don't know. But next, after you identify your genre, then you want to be able to summarize your story, extract the important elements. Not really important, because the whole thing should be important, but you want to extract, really provocative elements from your story, and things that make it unique, and tell it and use it in a way that gets people's interest. And that you use in your tagline, that you use in your synopsis, you use it in your trailer, you use it in your back cover of your book, all that, your press release, you name it. So then from there, after you have your story, you have your title, you have your tagline, and you have your synopsis, now what do you do? Of course, book press releases. Press release is nothing but that synopsis, maybe a quote or two about the creator or the product in the bio of the creator, and that's it. And some artwork, and you've got a press release. And then what you want to do with a press release, you want to lead the writers of the reporters. So you want to let them know, hey, this particular story is the first of its kind. It's a woman writer. Never before has Jeff written a story on a Tuesday. This is his Tuesday story. He's written stories on Wednesday. He's written stories on Sunday, Saturday. He's now writing a story on a Tuesday. You got to get this story. Okay, that's your heading, right? But it relates more to the other elements. Everything is an extension from the story itself and the title. All that piggybacks from there. Then I use bookmarkers. I use t-shirts. I've given away posters. I go to conventions. I come up with a sales pitch. Even my sales pitch is just telling them, yo, Negro Mountain is a place where bad things happen to bad people. And everything doesn't always have a tagline. If you don't have a tagline, don't try to make one, because sometimes it can, never happen and it may mess up a story. I don't know, but I don't always have taglines for every one of my stories. I do when the story really calls for it. I mean, Rashida the Zombie Killer she makes The Walking Dead run. Oh, woo, that's a cool tagline though. But I don't have one for Welcome for Boss Lace Planet. I don't have one for Thug Angel Rebirth of Gargoyle. So sometimes the taglines come. For my movie, The Death Pledge, it is, if you don't respect the dead won't respect you. Those things work. And they do sound cliche, but they're easy to remember. Things that, that's why we came up with a song for the alphabet. Because if it rhymes, you can put a rhythm around it, it's easier for people to remember. So that's that. Next, signage. Yo, get a booth. Get a poster. Look at what other people are doing. A nice headshot, a photo shoot. One person told me, just do a photo shoot, Jeff, and that will attract people. And I was like, man, I never thought about that. And I haven't done a photo shoot, mostly because I may like how my picture looks after I take it. Approaching pictures and videos, I'm really hard on myself, so I'm not that vain, but it is something that's really cool. A book signing at a local bookstore. I'm about to do some at some of my local comic book stores, now that I have more time to write and more time to promote. So marketing is just your paperwork. It's your ad, right? Create an ad, design an ad. Your book cover is part of promotion. Your poster, your tour poster, your poster for your movie, that's part of marketing. Don't come up with a movie without a good poster. Think about it like you think about your story. All those things are good. What else? Then you have your little gimmicks, your stickers. But those become your stickers, your buttons, any other giveaways, your promo items. Sure, you can give away muffins and candy, but unless your story has any of that in it, then those are just generic things. Those are like giving away breath mints. But they're nice. Hey, Starburst, Jolly Ranchers, you can give a lot of them out to people. They're pre-wrapped. They're better than M&Ms, giving out potato chips. Like it's trick-or-treat candy. But real marketing relates to your story. Real marketing is an element of your story that continues in physical form and allows people to get into your story more. So think about that, like Death Pledge. I have on my GoFundMe, you can get a pledge paddle. You can get some of the shirts that the characters are wearing, the fraternity sororities. So those are things that are really, really, really unique. So you want to think of those things. What else? What else would I say? That's about it. In terms of book marketing, some of the or promoting, because that's the step next. You get an Amazon page. You set it up so your readers can interact with you. You get a Facebook page for your book. You can post things up, and that acts like a fake website or a hybrid website. You may get a website where people can buy it, and you can have everything in-house. What else? Twitter, Instagram. These are ways for you to interact with your readers. They're not just for gossip, they're negative things. They're for a marketing company. Yo, Twitter followers are people that you can interact with. I'm going to be here on Tuesday. This changed in this story. What did you think about this part? You can interact and they give you feedback. So don't just think it's for low-level people. Same thing with Twitter. Yo, if something happens and it relates to your story, you get to tweet about it. You get to post Instagram comments about it. You get to put up links, hot flash newses. An email list of people is always important. Keep an email list. That's one thing I used to do that I don't do anymore, but people still do it. So if you don't have a Twitter, you don't have Facebook, you don't have Instagram, yo, roll up to a publisher and be like, yo, I got 100,000 people on an email list. They know you can reach 10% of those people, and that can turn into sales. Those numbers are documented. So your Instagram followers, your Facebook friends, your Twitter followers all can relate to money, because a certain amount of those people aren't going to buy it, but a certain amount will. And that is an opportunity for you to show and display your worth. And as an indie salesperson, that's reality. And then, I advertise in the back of my book covers. A lot of people don't do that, but it's more than just chewing gum that was sold in the back of comic books. And even some of the earlier books, they use their own books to market the next book. You put a couple of chapters in there from your next book, and it leads your readers. They're like, you know what? I like this guy's book. Now I'm reading the next book he has. So all of those things are important. What else can I say about it? I know I'm missing something because it's just a very vast subject, and things are coming out new. I'm in traffic, and I'm going to put a sign on the back of my car window because I'm looking at the car in front of me. You see taxi cabs have advertisements. You have billboard marketing. Go crazy. But once you get your ad, once you get your marketing press release, then you can go crazy. Of course, press release is the gift of the press. Send the local newspapers. Send the television stations. Who knows? Maybe your book relates to something that they're talking about. Find a timing. I did a signing of my book, Harlem Shake, at a soda shop in Harlem that was called the Harlem Shake. And sure, all my friends and fans came, but I actually sold a few books to customers that had never heard of me. What? There you go. And the restaurant liked the promotion, so they let me promote there for free. Amazing. So anyway, that's about it. Nothing else specific marketing. I mean, of course, you can get on radio. Whatever you have in terms of resources, who use those. But those are not general. Those really are specific to you or to your product. So anyway, drive-by writing advice. I don't have a name for this yet, but I'm thinking about that one. But thank you very much. We are at 13 minutes. Peace.